It seems to me that if, in fact, you and your colleagues and President Trump are able to put the Iranian threat at bay, perhaps the president now can turn attention to focusing on the larger adversary, I think, or equal adversary, and that is communist China. Tell us how you see foreign policy from here.
Yeah, Maria, both are very serious challenges. The most acute short-term national security risk America faced was the risk of a nuclear Iran, because you have a theocratic lunatic leading that country who was actively trying to develop nuclear weapons, who was close to developing nuclear weapons, and had repeatedly stated his intention to use those weapons and to try to murder as many Americans as possible. That's what President Trump acted decisively this weekend to eliminate that threat. In terms of long-term threats, the biggest geopolitical threat the United States faces over the next century is, as you said, communist China. And I got to tell you, when I arrived in the Senate 13 years ago, I was saying 13 years ago, China is our greatest adversary, our greatest threat over the next 100 years. And at the time, that was a very lonely view in the United States Senate. Every Democrat disagreed with me, and most of the Republicans disagreed with me. They just looked at China, and they saw nothing but dollar signs as far as the eye can see. I think many more people, their eyes have opened up to the threat of China, and I think we need to have the same sort of comprehensive, serious strategy to counteract and defeat China that we had under Ronald Reagan for the Soviet Union, that won the Cold War, defeated the Soviet Union, and won the Cold War without a shot. And in both instances, let's be clear, in Iran and with China, nobody wants a shooting war where America and China, where our armies are shooting at each other. Just same with Iran. Nobody wants America to invade Iran. That's not what President Trump did. He did a limited targeted bombing strike. But there are lots of tools we can use to counteract China, just like we did with the Soviet Union, short of military conflict. And I believe President Trump is clear-eyed about taking on China, as he should be.